right. We are currently in a trade right now. I got calls for this break here. So you saw this break and the candle open and closed above this trend line. We got calls. And so this is basically the history of the day today. SPY has been moving down big time. I mean, look at that. That's a nasty move to the downside there. And I've got a pretty significant trend line here. You know? It's looks like that is sort of the wave for today. And we managed to bounce above it here. Right here we bounced above it. And we sort of stayed above it, stayed above it, stayed above it, and then we broke below it. And it didn't like that, so we're back above it. And I said, you know what? Might be time for calls. I did take another trade here. This put here was pretty nice. So I took that and I realized, okay, it seems like it wants to come back up. So I said, all right, calls here, break of the trend line, and that's currently where we are at. Let me go back to the real. There we go. And we will stick with these calls for now. I'm interested if it's gonna continue on this trend here. I might even put an extended so I can kind of, you know, see it all the way through if it wants to. But chances are that it's gonna kind of hang out and move higher here. So we know it broke that trend line. Also have this here that we can do. And you know it's valid. You know something's valid when it acts as support and resistance. A lot of times we like to just see things be like, "Oh, it's at support." But if it's not acting as well as resistance, I don't think it's a very significant level, to be honest. I like to use things that are both acting as support and resistance, so you can clearly see it like this line. I did not. I actually took a loss this morning because I was playing this here to come back up to the upside, which I was playing this move. I'll show you. I had a trend line like this. I was playing this and I saw a breakout. I was like, okay, and I didn't take the money here. I should have taken the money, but I didn't, and I was letting it hold. I thought I was gonna go higher, but nope. We had this trend line here that was pretty significant. Now this is a good move here. This actually indicates that we're kind of stair-stepping up, and we might see some move back up to the upside. We kind of got to go pretty far down now to bounce back to the trend line, so it might actually be done with this trend line here, and that's kind of history. And it's we changed a whole nother. We changed to a whole nother. How do you say? Period, whole nother section, whole nother interval. We changed to a whole nother kind of deal for the day, and it might be a time for calls now. So that's what I did. I said I saw this short term, and we're gonna take the calls here and try and get above this trend line here. See if we can definitely knock it out of the park here on this trade. You know, get somewhere at least to this top here, at least to here, you know, and if not at least, you know, halfway, or I want to see it break this top and go higher, because technically we should see higher highs, higher lows, and all that. Maybe even get a nice spike there, That was a nice little spike there, but higher highs, higher lows, all that, because we're uptrending. So we're kind of holding something now. I don't want too much on my chart right now. I think that's actually insignificant now. And we'll put something else kind of like this, maybe. I mean, maybe. I don't really see any support with that, so probably not. We'll just wait. We're going to wait until we're just going to call this. It's good. It's moving up. It's going to very likely break this trend line here. And then we just have that one resistance here. And I want to see it pop up through there, and we'll take that money. So that's kind of the trade. We're going to go all the way up and past this resistance here. And that'll be the trade. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right. I'm thinking it's going to be a good trade. I'm thinking it was kind of, we kind of needed to have that retest there anyways. So we're seeing some kind of bounce there, but I'm almost not really willing to put that trend line there yet. Um, just really working with what we got right now. All right, here's a move up. Let's see if I really want to break this first one, and then I might take some money off the table because that's like the first goal is to break this line here, and then we'll go from there. Might close out like half of the position or something. Yeah, I'm really liking to use the close of the candles instead of using the wicks right now. So I'm thinking even something like that is gonna be good for a support line like there, and that'll tell me if I need to get out short term or what. But right now we're getting big wicks. I'm thinking we see a move. Hopefully not a downside move, because we're seeing these big wicks here. I mean, hopefully we can get one that'll just shoot it up. We got about 2 hours till market close. So we really want that arrow here. That's our profit target right now. I'll take half the money if we get above this trend line here. We're getting close. As long as we don't close beneath that trend line that it's at right now, it's support. It's perfect. I mean, we got a really good trade here. As you can see by that bounce right there. I mean, I like this trade a lot. So yeah, that other trend line is definitely acting as a resistance, but I think if we blow through it, I think we got a perfect move here. Still trying to get ready for when we move past that trend line. I'll take half the position. I hope it doesn't close beneath it. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, so it didn't close. Yeah, I think we still have a minute. It's getting close though. It's kind of rejecting like that. Let's see if it does another wick. So it didn't wick, and we closed beneath the trend line. So I'm really nervous now. I don't want to cut the trade yet, but I'm pretty nervous. It's not looking good. Let's see. Go ahead and update this. I'm deciding right now what I want to do. I mean, it shouldn't have done that if it was gonna be bullish. So we might be back in Bear County. Yeah, I mean, look at that candle. I mean, it's just, that's insane. What a drop. I mean, that is just a insane drop right now. I can't believe I'm still in this position. I mean, I don't know why I haven't gotten out yet. I don't know. Well, I guess I really was wrong. If you look at it, I mean, the goal was, I really thought it wasn't going to continue sharply down after this, but man, it just is. And that's no bueno. I think I'm going to have to get out of the trade, to be honest. There's nothing you can do, you know? I mean, just got to get out. So I'm out. Not a good day. So it definitely is following that other trend line. Should have known. Should have known. Let me go ahead and update this. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's just should have known. I actually should have closed out my position when I saw that break and got right into puts. That's what I should have done. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was so emotionally scarred from being hit like that by that loss, and so biased that it was gonna go green that I wasn't even thinking that it could definitely pull back down to the trend line. That's why it's important. You don't want to have too many trend lines. You know, you want to have a main one, and then you want to have one in your current trade. I kind of messed that up by drawing too many here. But here's the main one for the day. Let's see if we can get another trade here. I mean, just what a rip. I mean, that just totally wiped me out. We'll try and take another trade here. I'm gonna go for calls. I mean, it's back down to the trend line, which, man, yeah, shouldn't have called the bottom there. That's where I messed up. Definitely messed up calling the bottom there. Let me just screen this. Oop. Yeah, so I should have went right into puts. If one as soon as I saw it break, I should have went right into puts and trusted the trade, not trust, because a lot of times you can lose the trade by getting biased like that, which I definitely did just now. I definitely got biased. I messed that one up big time. But as soon as I saw it break, I should have went and said, okay, no longer no longer good. We are out. So I should have had a support and I should have had a resistance. And actually, I remember I didn't want to put that support there. There was this support. I'll bring it back. There was this support here, which I didn't want to put for whatever reason. I didn't want to put this support here. I didn't want to put it there for whatever reason. I didn't want to have too many trend lines, but I already had like five or six. So I guess going forward in my trades, I'm gonna make sure I have a support and make sure I have an expected resistance, and so I know where to take profit and I know where to get stopped out. Because right now, sometimes I'll usually just get hit with the I'll just know where to get stopped out, or I know where to take profit. It's either or. I need to make sure that it's both right now. Or I need to make sure it's both from here on out going forward always, instead of just having either or. Cause it seems like it's just been either or. And this is more or less why I'm only taking, one or two trades live right now. Very high probability trades live right now and actually making real money. And then the majority of these trades that you see here, they're all on demo because I'm practicing strategy. I'm always trying to perfect strategy and get real good while I'm saving up my money and trying to, grow my account big time so I can become a full time trader. So it's not, some people just trade live only and they say, oh, demo's bad. Some people just trade demo and they're saying they think they need more practice. No, you should probably do both. You in your very high probability setups, you might want to try and take a live trade on that. But if you're feeling unsure, things don't seem right, you know, probably not. Probably trade demo. But that's all hindsight. Things only don't seem right in hindsight, so you kind of got to judge. Is there any news that came out so far? Anyways, let's go back to the trades. We got our main one here, main trend line, and we are looking for another trade. I'm thinking we can see a call short term that'll send it, within the last hour or so. We got about an hour and 40 minutes before the market closes, so I'm thinking we can see something. So we got our support. Let's also do a resistance here. Something like that. So we know if we go for the call and it bounces, we know where we need to go. If we go for the put and it bounces, yeah, something like that almost. Let me bring that closer there. Yeah, if we go for the puts and it bounces, we know where we need to go. I think this actually needs to be more halfway like that, maybe. I think I had it right. That's about good. And this one might want to come down like that. Yeah, that's good. We'll use that. So right now we're close to the middle line. Chances are we will see calls. So I'm looking for that setup. Definitely looking for that setup. We're starting to see the break here. Some kind of break. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of rejecting. I mean, I can take the trade, but I'm really weary right now. Almost thinking we need something like this here. I guess it really depends on what kind of trade we want. I think I want the call from here going to the puts there. I think I want to bounce off of those for my next trade. Or we might even break out of this entire thing, I'm thinking. Kind of end up somewhere in the halfway mark. Which I'm thinking because we got a resistance here, which is also support there. I think I'm going to try it. We'll kind of let this come down and see if we can get a retest. I know I might be trying to call the bottom here. I mean, I feel like I'm doing it again. Which I'm not so sure of if I want to do that. But I mean, it's gonna have to bottom out sometime, you know. It really is. Probably gonna do something like that on the trend. Just refresh this. Something like that, you know. And we'll make our profit target that that other move right there. So wait for a candle to open and close above the trend line, and we will get in. You know what? I think this one is actually I think that one is actually opening at or above, so I'm actually going to consider this one to be at it. And if this closes above, then I'm going to send it, place the order. There we go. All right, I'm in. And yes, if you don't see me, like, if I say I'm in and you don't see any movement on the screen, it's because I'm trading on the demo on the other device over here. And this looks like something I'd actually want to go for normal play with. So I might take two normal calls. Two normal ones at the ask. We'll let it come down and retest, and then I'll get in on these calls here. Let's try that. And then we'll just wait and let this one work as well. So we got our stop loss is an opening close below the trend line. That's our stop loss for sure. Our take profit is going to be nearing that resistance over here. It's going to be nearing that this resistance here, and that is the trade. Hope we can get a good trade here. Yes, I'm trying to make that a habit now where I have, both the support and resistance for my trade, and I know what kind of trade it's going to be. Like this would be a B trade just because it's a small move, but it's not a C trade. A C trade is like a one candle trade, you know. It's like a get green and get out. That's like a C trade. So this is a B trade. It's like, short term move. An A trade would have been getting puts from the open and seeing it ride all the way down to where we are now. That would be an A trade for sure. Yeah, once again, stop loss is going to be a open and close underneath this candle. So if we shoot down pretty hard and then we open another candle and it closes beneath this trend line, that is the stop loss, which is a very low probability that's going to happen. If it does, it does though. And take profit's going to be at that trend line on the top there. I also need to add a time stop because in case it doesn't go all the way up to that trend line, what time am I gonna absolutely get out of the position? I want to make it like 30 minutes. Like I have like a 30-minute time stop for a B trade. You know, that'd be nice for a B trade. A trade would definitely be like multiple hours. You know, and a C trade would 10 minutes. Very very like a like yeah like couple candle time stop. So definitely was room to wait to get in. That was we got a pretty good retest there. Let's see if it holds the trend line and shoots up or what. We're getting some action here, a little bounce. Let's see where it closes. Could be an interesting one. Close right at the trend line. And then it opened on the opposite side. Uh, Probably still gonna hold it. I said it opened on the opposite side. Yeah, obviously it would open at the opposite side. It's not gonna open backwards, you know. So just waiting for that one kind of explosion that's gonna set it and shoot it up. Thinking that's gonna come here soon. See a nice explosion. Yeah, so right now I'm green on live. Made money with the real trading with real money, and I am extremely red on paper trading right now. I definitely do my best trading on range days. Definitely. I need to get better at trend trading. Kind of seeing something here. It's looking fishy. It's looking like it's gonna kind of shoot up or shoot down or something. It's looking fishy though, I will say. Interesting volume. Yeah, the volume is definitely interesting. It's telling me that there is buyers. Got just under an hour and a half until the market closes. Here we go. We're seeing some kind of weird volume going on right now. I'm wondering if this should actually be like this. I'm thinking so. I'm definitely thinking so. I'm thinking that's the setup, and we just now opened above it. Let's see if we can close above it. Should have waited. Should have waited a little bit longer for that setup. Probably would have saved a little bit of options premium. But it's good. As long as it closes. Let it close above it. So we're getting close to the close. I'm not sure. I think this is the last minute of the candle. Oh. This should be the last minute. We should open and see a pretty strong move. Yep, there we go. I'm thinking we see something crazy. Hopefully not to the downside, right? Yeah, but we opened up. We opened and closed above the the trend line, so it should be a confirmed break. So like I said, I'm really thinking we see some crazy bullish move or whatever. I have no clue, but I'm thinking we see something crazy bullish. Leaves the day kind of halfway. I'm gonna go grab some food real quick. Pretty hungry, and let this kind of play out. All right, we'll let it play out. I'm gonna mute my micro fast while I'm eating, and yeah, see if I go broke or go baller.